Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this. This is the Porsche Cayenne Coupe, and let's straight away open the engine bay of this vehicle. So here we go. Now, as you can see, it is powered by a 4-liter V8 turbo engine. Yeah, it's called turbo, but all Porsche engines are turbo right now. As you can see, they have not even put insulation here because it doesn't need any insulation as such. The motor is so refined on its own, and from the front it looks very similar to the regular Cayenne, but they also get a front parking camera right there. Porsche logo looks beautiful, and these new Porsche lights look really smacking. Now it gets these 4-corner LEDs, and of course it is the matrix system, so it's really very bright at night. Good amount of ground clearance on offer. Towing hook, front parking sensors. Yeah, in this black shade it definitely looks nice. Now pardon me, there's not much space for me to walk from here, so I'm going to show you the other side of the vehicle. And yeah, this is the coupe, so yes, the rear is very different. From the side, as you can see, it looks very sporty indeed and looks smashing indeed. Actually, smashing is not the right word. The right word would be gorgeous or sporty or different or whatever you want to call it. As you can see, the pillars, yeah, even the A pillar has been reduced. Yes, and it goes and slopes very fast from here because it gets a sloping roofline. So the C pillar has also been modified. The A pillar has been modified. The C pillar has been modified as well. Now this one is running on 315 30-22 inches. The size of the wheels is massive. Now these are optional, of course, 21-inch or 20-inch standard depending on the market. Brake size is also very big. Pirelli rubber. But at the front we get smaller size tires. So at the front we are getting a 285 35 22, and there Porsche written on the brake caliper as well. So design is beautiful. You get a camera here as well. Gets a 360-degree camera, parking camera of course. And at the rear, because this slopes all the way, there is no rear washer or wiper. You get a roof spoiler, but then you also get another spoiler here. So there's this subtle lip spoiler, but there's a spoiler below this as well. So this spoiler actually opens up, I kid you not, it opens up at 90 kilometers per hour, and it can deploy by 135 mm. That's right. You get the continuous running light treatment at the rear. Porsche written right there, Cayenne Turbo variant name. There's the camera, quad exhaust, towing hook, rear parking sensors, reflectors. Yes, a lot of detail here. Let's open the boot. So the boot carrying capacity has reduced a bit because of the sloping roofline, but the boot is a decent size, and you get a 40-20-40 split seat, light placement on both the sides, and here I believe is going to be the fuse box. Yes, it is. So because this car gets adaptive suspension, you can actually alter the height of the boot so that it's just easier to put in stuff. Meanwhile, there's no spare wheel on this vehicle. Yeah, you just get that mechanism to fill air. Boot is decent size, I would say, but you know what, just to make it easy to access, press this button there, the ride height drops, and then you can fit in whatever you want. Oh my god, it's squatted all the way down. Let's just raise it right now with a touch of a button. Yeah, that's as easy as it gets. Press this button to close the boot lid. So in terms of design, Porsche has done a great job, and the design is actually the major highlight here. Good amount of space at the rear. Yeah, door pockets are really very large. Seats are extremely comfortable. Now this one gets a panoramic roof, like a real big panoramic roof for that airy feeling inside the cabin. The cabin is all black. The seats are extremely comfortable. There's storage space here as well. So it's a 4-seater, and there's also 5-seater option, but it depends on the variant because you can actually get the optional roof, which is made of carbon fiber, sheds 21 kgs of weight. There's good amount of knee room and leg room on offer. Under thigh support is also good. Headroom is surprisingly good, and that's thanks to the fact that although the roofline has been sloped, Porsche has actually reduced the height of the seat in order to accommodate for the headroom, and that's actually worked. There's decent amount of headroom for me. I'm 6 feet 2 inches tall. Hook here, handle here, light placement right there. Same is the case there as well. You get a center armrest with twin cup holders and a small cup holder here. Pretty comfortable at the rear. Seat recline angle is also very nice. Seat is very comfortable. Great amount of back support too. AC vents, and these are the controls for the air conditioning. Now at the rear you get the heated function. Yeah, this is touch sensitive, which is really very nice. So heated function at the rear, no cooling function. Meanwhile, you get a cigarette lighter and 2 USB slots as well. Although the floor is a little humped in the center, well, there's no third person setting here, so that really does not matter. Anyways, quality levels are fab. You can lock and unlock the door from the rear as well, and the car just feels so solid. Now to close the door, here, soft closed door again. Yeah, it gets soft closed door as well. Now let's get into the driver's seat. This driver's seat gets an 18-way adjust. That's right, look at the number of controls here to adjust the seat. 18-way adjustable driver's seat. Under thigh support is never an issue in a Porsche. Just press this, and there you can increase the under thigh support as well. Door pockets are massive at the front. These are actually the controls for the power windows. This is to open the boot. This is for the outside rear view mirror adjustment, and obviously this seat gets memory functions. You can save up to 3 people settings, and this is to lock and unlock the vehicle. Massive dead pedal right there, and of course the brake pedal is massive in size. Steering is adjustable both for reach as well as rake, and electronic automatic headlights. These are the headlight controls. This is the switch to actually turn on the vehicle. So straight away, let's get inside, and let me tell you, first and foremost, it feels extremely comfortable. The seat pushes forward when you sit inside because it has been set up in a way wherein, you know, it's just easier for you to get in and out. Dashboard looks really very nice indeed. Auto dimming inside rear view mirror. This roof has a sun blind which can be closed, but the roof does not open. Lot of premium materials, like yes, suede has been used in plenty, even on the steering wheel. And the center console looks a little busy because there are plenty of buttons here, but this is actually for the air conditioning for my side of the zone, and that is for the air conditioning for the co-passenger side of the zone. Meanwhile, this is the electric parking brake, and this is for sport suspension. Yeah, when you press this, you activate sport suspension settings, basically the damper controls. This is the traction control button or Porsche stability management. Meanwhile, there's an ashtray here, which I guess is there in almost every German car. Twin cup holders. There's a cigarette lighter here accompanying the ashtray. Below the front center armrest, there is a wireless charging pad along with 2 USB ports as well, and space to keep stuff here. It says turbo right there. Front seats are extremely comfortable. Single piece seat. Okay, no adjustable headrest, but I mean the bolstering is really very nice. It's very wide a seat, and the glove box is also decent size. Meanwhile, as you can see, even the co-passenger gets 3 memory settings to save the seat position, and obviously all the electric adjust as well. So the dashboard quality and the quality of materials is just very premium. Okay, we'll just open it right away. Meanwhile, these are actually the controls for the lights. There's an SOS button here as well, and this is actually for the 360-degree parking camera. So the button has been placed on the top. Yeah, there. 360-degree parking camera, really very nice. So let's do one thing, let's turn on the vehicle, and there it roars to life. It literally roars to life. Now there are plenty of buttons. Now this is obviously for the audio system, and this is for these displays here. So actually you can browse through that pod there, and that is the night view assist. Can you see that? It actually highlights a person who's standing there to tell you that, you know, person is there. This is the maps, of course. Plenty of information on offer. There's this beautiful clock here. This clock is just super duper awesome. I mean, it looks really nice. Can be used as a stopwatch as well. In the center, we get an analog tachometer, but other than that, everything is digital in this 5-pod instrument cluster. Seems really very nice. Here I can browse through various information as well. I can get into maps, and I mean, the whole system is so fluid and lovely to look at. Steering feels so nice to hold. Now this is the mode selector. Right now I'm in normal mode. I can get into sport mode, I can get into sport plus, I can get into individual, and when I press this button, it says sport response for 20 seconds. Now the heads-up display, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it shows you the tachometer, it shows you the road sign information as well as a digital speedometer, and also the map information, the navigation information right there. So you get steering mounted paddles as well. This is of course the control for the wipers. The wipers work really well, of course, a lot of spray there. Now on the other side, okay, start stop system, turn off the vehicle. This is the indicator control, and this is for the cruise control system. Meanwhile, let's get into reverse. Yeah, that is the reverse parking camera, and everything feels so premium inside this vehicle. Like I was telling you, there are a lot of buttons. This is actually for the audio system, and this is to get into the off-road mode. So with off-road also, you have got 4 other settings: on-road, gravel, mud, sand, and rocks. So you can decide the chassis height as well, terrain, high, medium, or low. And you can also see a top view, which is basically the 360-degree parking camera when going off-road, which is really very useful. You can actually clean, yes, you can actually clean the rear camera as well, which is something which you've seen in Range Rovers, but you can do that here as well. Press a button and it actually cleans the camera. So when you go off-road, it just becomes so much easier, and multiple modes for the camera to look at that. Okay, panorama view, side view, whatnot. So you're just like stuck with so much information in this car, which is really very nice indeed. Okay, the stop start system will turn on the vehicle when you move the steering somehow. Usually it's when you get on the accelerator. Now this is the heating function on my seat, this is the cooling function on my seat, and the same is the case for the co-passenger seat as well. So this screen is really very beautiful. Navigation data is so freaking awesome, and I love the fluidity of the screen. It is just so amazing and well done. In fact, look at this screen. The navigation, the maps, they are just super duper awesome, and they give you accurate road sign information, including telling you what is the speed limit in a particular area. So this is also very nicely done by Porsche.
Please leave the roundabout at the second exit.
Okay, there she's already telling me to leave the roundabout. Meanwhile, this car is actually using Burmester speakers, which is similar to the ones which Mercedes uses, because both of them are from Stuttgart. Anyways, let's play an audio right away. audio quality is brilliant. It's like you're in a concert hall. Everything feels so premium and nice, and you get a good view of what's around as well. Plenty of features inside this car. It's loaded with so many features. I can go on the features alone. Quality levels are super duper awesome as well. It feels like you're sitting in a high riding sports car, not in an SUV, but then it's also very capable of the road as well. I just love how Porsche does the instrument cluster, the center console obviously, and I mean the attention to detail. You can see the Porsche logo on the gear lever, yes, on the steering wheel, yes, turbo written right there as well. So practicality bits are also great on this vehicle. I mean, everything feels super duper awesome indeed. Anyways, let's get driving right away. Alright, we're all set to go. Getting into drive mode, getting into Sport Plus, straight away onto the gas. Good amount of punch from this engine. So this is the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. It's the coupe version. It uses a 4-liter bi-turbo. Yes, it has got twin turbos. It's a V8 motor, produces 550 horsepower, and the torque output is 770 Newton meters. The result is it goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3.9 seconds, which obviously is blisteringly quick. And it's really, this motor is so refined, all the time ready for action. Get into the gas, it responds immediately. That is the level of thrust on offer. I mean, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.9 seconds is blisteringly quick. And around the corners, okay, the acceleration is absolutely urgent. And the best thing is that the motor loves to rev. It revs really very fast, very quickly, and sounds also great as well. Now when you get into Sport Plus, the active exhaust turn on, and on upshift you can hear that, you know, kick back. Meanwhile, on downshifts as well, it, you know, okay, let me do that. There, it blips the throttle really very fast. In fact, this 8-speed gearbox is also very smooth shifting. It's super duper fast with shifts, and the refinement from this engine is just something else. Now we all know that the same engine also powers the regular Cayenne as well, the Cayenne Turbo. But you know what is the difference here? The Sport Chrono package, which is optional in the Cayenne, the regular Cayenne SUV, is part of standard equipment. What it does is, it obviously gives you launch control, it gives you a boost mode as well. You press this button here, 20 seconds sport response. And you know, right now on the heads-up display, it's showing me the timer with exactly 12 seconds left. Meanwhile, the heads-up display also gives you a lot of information. There's a tachometer on offer there, along with a lot of other things, including telling you the speed as well as the navigation data. The way the motor is able to, you know, make that noise is just so freaking satisfying. The steering is supremely responsive. The ride is obviously slightly on the stiffer side, naturally being set up for Europe. However, for the most part, I would say that the ride quality is actually quite nice, because even on these massively low profile tires, it's able to glide over the worst of roads. At higher speed, it remains very stable. In fact, this car gets some active aerodynamic bits, which really helps its cause too, because firstly, obviously, you know, it's more aerodynamic now, but more importantly, it has got an active rear wing, which at 90 kilometers per hour deploys, and the action is 135 mm. Yeah, it goes up by 135 mm. So that's also pretty cool on this vehicle. And it's just not about full throttle. You know, even if you build a rev slowly, the motor really sounds nice, but it is an instant response from this engine. The response is so satisfying. The steering is supremely responsive. It's got something known as Power Steering Plus. It is just so feelsome, offers great amount of feedback, and somehow at lower speeds it's quite light as well. At higher speeds it just weighs up better and better and better. Chassis balance is brilliant. There is no denying the fact that this is a heavy car. Weighs more than 2 tons. Yes, more than 2000 kgs is the weight of the Cayenne Turbo Coupe. However, you can't feel all that weight at all, because the overall balance everywhere is just so freaking awesome. You get a slew of technologies as well. Obviously, you get Porsche stability management. You also get Porsche traction control. Then even for the brake technology, there's a lot of, you know, interesting tech there as well. Meanwhile, what Porsche has also done is given it active suspension, and you know what, you can set the dampers accordingly depending on how you are driving the vehicle. It just responds. It feels very different in the various modes, and you know, because the modes are there on the steering as well, it's so easy to access them. Meanwhile, just drop a few gears, get into the gas, and the response is just so freaking immediate. And fuel consumption might not be the USP of this vehicle, but then Porsche is also offering a 6-cylinder engine. Now that happens to be the base V6. They are not planning to get the V6S. However, we might get the Turbo SE hybrid. The hybrid is also quite powerful. I believe it produces around 460 horsepower. But the best thing about the hybrid is the fact that you can have your fun and still conserve fuel, because being a plug-in hybrid, you can obviously charge it as well. I have driven the Cayenne hybrid on the Buddha International Circuit. Yes, it feels quite a lot heavy. However, this car, the one I'm driving right now, it just feels so nimble, agile, and just doesn't let you feel its weight at all. That is a level of handling precision on offer. That is a level of steering feel, and obviously there's a lot of grip as well. However, certain things are still part of optional equipment like rear wheel steering, which aids in the handling of this vehicle even further. So clearly, what is really very impressive about the Porsche Cayenne Coupe is the fact that not only is it a great driver's car, it handles better than the regular model, although the weight is more or less the same, I would say. However, most importantly, it's the handling. It puts a massive smile on your face. It feels so nimble, agile, steering is supremely responsive, and it's quite practical as well. And it is also very off-road capable, making it an all-rounder SUV. Now with the Coupe body style, the difference between both the cars is, like the regular Cayenne as well as the Coupe, is not more than 5%. However, this one adds just a lot more desirability to the package. The Cayenne is already a very desirable car. The Coupe is even more so, and being an even better handler with stonking performance makes it one of the best SUVs you can buy in the market right now. Agreed, this one is going to come at a slight premium over the regular model, and you're not going wrong at all by opting for the regular Cayenne, because it itself is such a brilliant car. But the Coupe just brings in so much more desirability to the package along with better handling. So if you're the kind of guy who wants an SUV which will make you smile every time you hit a corner or every time you look at it, well, the Cayenne Coupe is something you should definitely consider. The launch is planned somewhere in December, and once launched, this car is going to be very popular in the Indian market, because the Cayenne, mixes SUV practicality along with sports car soul, and that's something very hard to falter. It really sounds nice. The steering is feedback rich, and it communicates a lot as well to you every time you go through a corner. This is a car which actually puts a massive smile on your face because of the level of handling precision, the acres and acres of grip on offer. It is obviously a four-wheel drive system channeling power to all wheels very intelligently. In fact, there is never a loss in traction. That is the amount of grip on offer, and this motor really loves to rev. This is a V8 engine, produces 550 horsepower and 770 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 3.9 seconds. However, top speed is 286 kilometers per hour, and the motor revs all the way till almost 7,000 RPM. You press this is the sport response, part of the sport chrono package. Press this sport response for 20 seconds, giving you additional boost, and with that boost, it really punches ahead. Okay, you need to shut that down right now. Thing is, this system now, it cannot be turned on all the time because obviously the turbos need to cool, but this is like an overboost function, giving you additional pep when you need it. But you really don't need it in stock form also, because there's just so much performance on offer. Every time you get into the gas now, it just pushes you ahead, lunges you forward. Brakes are so strong, supremely sure-footed. Feedback is also very positive on the brake lever. So overall, Porsche has done an absolute fab job of giving the sports car soul in, of course, an SUV package, because this doesn't feel like an SUV at all. It feels like a high-riding sports car, which is a big win-win situation for sure. So guys, this is my vlog of the Porsche Cayenne Coupe from the south of France, and if you liked it, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.